To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Village Clerk, please call roll. Here.
Ford. Here. Meyer. Here. Hoskins. Here. Washington. Williams. Here.
Moving to item number 2, public comment. All questions and comments must be directed to the mayor. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes to comment on a topic on agenda items only. Each speaker will be allowed 1 opportunity to speak. Okay, everybody please come to the stand. Seeing no one, we'll move to item number 3, reports of officers. We have the mayor's report. Tonight I have a proclamation for the dedication of Prairie Avenue. I ask for Mayor Roger Peckham to please come forward. Why don't you go down there and read it? Set this down.
We have a proclamation here, dedication of Prairie Avenue in recognition of Roger Peckham. Whereas Roger G. Peckham first served Sauk Village as a school board member and president of Community Consolidated Schools District 168 from the late 1980s through 1996. And whereas Roger G. Peckham has served as treasurer and trustee for the Village of Sauk Village. And whereas Roger G. Peckham was first elected mayor in 1997 and served 3 consecutive terms ending in 2009. And whereas Roger G. Peckham served on the board of the South Suburban Mayors and Managers Association for 5 years and had the future distinction to serve as president for 1 of those years as well. As also worked on the Transportation Committee during his tenure as mayor. And whereas Roger G. Peckham also served as past board member and treasurer of the Chicago South Land Development, a non-for-profit organization whose purpose is to increase the tax base and employment opportunities in the South Suburbs via industrial recruitment. And whereas Roger G. Peckham, as a man of leadership and vision for growth, created a development committee for Sauk Village and brought warehouse operations with infrastructure development, otherwise known as logistics center, to the northeast section of Interstate 394 and Sauk Trail, and expanded the enterprise zone and created TIF number 4. And whereas Roger G. Peckham's legacy will also include the quest to bring new businesses to the community, such as Minority Auto, Willie Brothers, Jacobson Warehouse Specialties, Walgreens, Dunkin' Donuts, Baskin Robbins, and the erection of the Sauk Village Municipal Center and Senior Center, and the remodeling of the police station and the Edward Hazel Community Center in 2008. And whereas, and now therefore, I, Mayor David A. Hanks, do hereby ask the village board and residents of the Village of Sauk Village to gather today in recognition of Roger G. Peckham. Further, let it be resolved that I, Mayor David A. Hanks, do hereby dedicate Prairie Avenue in honor of Roger G. Peckham and thank him for years of service and dedication to the community.
Hopefully I won't miss anyone, but I do see former Mayor Hazel. Who's back there? I got another former trustee back there, Jim Schultz. In the room, and can't miss Roger's wife, Christy. Okay, real quick, I'll recognize, but, as a mayor, Roger served 3 terms, and you need the support from your family. So I think probably the ones that have it the worst probably is our families, because when you're sitting in this position, you're not going to have everyone that likes what you're doing, and sometimes they're the ones that take the blow of the attacks. So it takes someone very supportive, and we know that all the years Christy stood right by Roger, so we do appreciate it very much. So. We have school board, oh, there she is, President Davenport. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. All right, hopefully I didn't miss anyone. And I will give the rest of my report at the end of the meeting tonight. So what we'll do is go ahead and move forward to the village clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, there will be no meeting next Tuesday. It's a fifth Tuesday, and as you know, the board does not meet on third Tuesday unless there's a special meeting that will be called. So there will be no meeting on next Tuesday. Voters registration ends October 7th for the November 4th election, and there will be 3 open trustee seats for the April 7th, 2015 election. Please feel free to check out www.elections.state.illinois.us for your candidate's guide and calendar. Second of all, I'd like to congratulate former Mayor Peckham on his sign and his dedication. And we have a lot of employee appreciation going on tonight. I have some employee appreciation of my own. I'm a part-time clerk, and I have a deputy clerk. Some people don't know who my deputy is. My deputy is Sherry Jasinski, and there are often times when I'm not available due to my work schedule, and Sherry never lets me down. She's always there for me at a minute's notice, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that immensely. Also, in creating the Sauk Talk every 2 months, Colleen Bauman is invaluable. So she was my former deputy, and when she moved to Indiana, I needed to replace her, and Sherry stepped in without a hesitation. And to that, I say thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. Move to village attorney, Attorney Michael Graff.
Thank you, Mayor Norton.
Move to village engineer, Mr. Jim Johnny.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, an update on the water treatment plant improvements project. At wells 1 and 2, the air strippers have been delivered and set into place. So there was a bit of a spectating event. And then also at well 3, the equipment startup continues for the well, the iron filter, and the air strippers. There have been some snafus, so hopefully we'll get those worked out and get that fully started up. Meanwhile, 99% of the electrical work has been completed, and the generator has been load bank tested and run. They're working on the final grading of the stone parking lot, and they are wrapping up the work there in preparation to move to wells 1 and 2. So hopefully that will be very soon. And then also with the MFT street resurfacing, the project is 99% complete with only some minor items remaining. We are awaiting the contractor's first and only invoice for the project. And that concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Did they ever finish that fence around the property? At well 3? Okay. All right. All right, just before we move too far out and get to well 1 and 2, I want to make sure it's secure. All right. Thank you very much. Move down to number 4, reports of trustees and board committees. Move to Parks and Rec Committee, Trustee Hosting.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First thing I have is Thursday, October 1st at 6 o'clock at the community center. Also, I had some flyers out there for a flea market craft show to sign up to get tables. That will be November 8th, starting at 9 a.m., even though for some reason I put the clip art over the date, so I have to reprint them. So, my bad, but if you have any questions on that, please feel free to call me. I'll have the flyers back out tomorrow with the date on it. And thank you to Rose for pointing that out to me. We also have the trunk and treat coming up on October 25th, starting at noon. We will be looking for people to come out with their cars, to decorate their cars, to bring candy out for the kids. They'll have a parade that will start at Rickover, and approximately 11:30 they will march down to the community center. And we hope to have a bunch of people there waiting for them with their cars so they can trick or treat. And congratulations to Mayor Peckham on his awards tonight. I remember him. I've known him a long time. And congratulations, sir. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee. Beautification Committee. I did not remember my report, so I'm going to get hit, but a few things I do remember is the sign at corner 394. They've stained it, painted it. They've done a great job, so I'd like to thank the committee for doing that. I'd like to thank James for coming out. He was the one that did our sign back here. If you haven't seen our sign back up by the Albert Welch Veterans Memorial Park in the back, stop by tonight before you leave, take a look at it. He did a fantastic job of doing that. He came back in and helped doing all of the fancy painting, or whatever you want to call it, on the sign, so we appreciate that. So I can thank James for coming out and helping. The committee's going to start their fall decorations, and we'll start seeing the autumn look around our village signs and on the village hall. If you're looking to volunteer, we're still looking for volunteers, and if you'd like to help, just let me know, and there's a lot to do. One other thing too is, just so everyone knows, I worked with the Cook County Sheriff's Office, met with them yesterday, in fact. Drove around town, looked at some of the vacant properties, we looked at the ditch, and looked at some of the houses that have been burnt down. So working with them to see what we can do to have the houses demolished, taken down, especially the ones that have been around for quite a few years. And they have programs out there where they have people that do community service to come in and give us a hand on some cleanup also. So I got something back from them today, so they're taking a look at it. They're thankful for all the information provided, and so hopefully we'll hear something back soon. I'll approach the board and let them know where we're at on that. With that said, move to ordinance review committee. Trustee Myers.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Here's the report. On 9/11 at 7 p.m., I met with my committee. We reviewed several things. One of the 3 items that we're going to move on is one, the sign ordinance on the garage sale. We'll be submitting a change on Article 4, Section 58, subsection 4. And also we reviewed a ordinance on the chickens. We felt that since it was proposed, this person had a medical reason, and he had a medical excuse from the doctor, we felt that that should be submitted to the zoning board for coming in front for variance, and requested them to talk to the sheriff. The last one we reviewed is there is a ordinance that is in a unified code, and it's part of the recreational vehicle section. I'm going to meet with the zoning chairperson and see if we're going to keep it in the unified code or move it over to our regular municipal code. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee. Move to your Governmental Relations Committee. Trustee Burgess.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a few things I have to say, maybe a little lengthy, but you got to bear with me. First of all, I'd like to say that I appreciate everyone that came out September 11th for the tax appeal. We had approximately 89 people that actually came out, and it was 25 people that actually filed. here at that time. And we had Cook County out here, we have Bloom Township, and Cook County took the applications. And the ones I was at Bloom Township yesterday, and they said another 30 came in there to get the application filled so they can take them to Cook County. So I really appreciate that, and I'm glad we had a great turnout. Also, we just came back from IML, and I just wanted to make mention of a couple of things, a couple of seminars that I went to. One of them was smoothing out the wrinkles and working together. That was a very informative seminar, and a lot of villages have the same problems that we have, so we're not unique. But there was a lot of great ideas that were there. A lot of has to do with transparency, let everyone know what's going on. At least let your elected officials know, so when things happen, people can kind of, when they go to them, because they look to us as elected officials for answers. They cannot always get to the mayor, and a lot of times you're in the stores and things like that, and you hear things that happen and you don't have answers, and they look at you like, what's wrong? And then also, round table with the council members. Again, we're not unique. I did see a couple of council members that say they have no problems. But then again, I asked them how many people that they had in their town, and it was less than 1,000. So that could be another reason. On a more serious side, on a more serious note, I just wanted to bring it to the people here today. Sauk Village has been around a long, long time, and you have two ex-mayors that are here tonight. And I'm proud to say they still live in the village, which means they never gave up on the village. And that's very important because you have other elected officials that have moved out. I think a couple of mayors have moved out. But these young men, these men. These men stayed, and they still contribute to the village. As a matter of fact, one of them is executive director of South Suburban's mayors and managers, and he's out there advocating. Believe me, I know. I was down in IML, the mayor was down there, the trustees were down there. He was down there advocating for Sauk Village along with South Suburban's mayors and managers. He doesn't just represent South Suburban mayors and managers. He represents Sauk Village too, and I think that's something great that we really need, because believe it or not, he has the ear all the way up to the governor. And then you have Roger Peckham that's been around. He's the mayor that actually appointed me when the seat was vacant. So I do thank him for that. I don't know if I should thank him or I should thank him, but I appreciate it. But I just wanted to say that a lot of people say that people are deserting, people are leaving. These two gentlemen still love the village, and we still love what they're trying to do and what they're trying to do for the village. I just wanted to give them that appreciation. I really appreciate that. Thank you. That ends my report.
Thank you, Trustee Neighborhood Watch Committee, Trustee Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to report tonight that on the conclusion of the book bag giveaway, I want to extend another thank you to all of those residents and sponsors that helped to make that program a great success. We were able to pass out, we collected 225 book bags altogether. I also want to say that now that we've concluded that quest, we're really going to be accelerating our expansion for the Neighborhood Watch with the No Bullying campaign and with the No Texting While Driving campaign. We are still collecting names for those residents that want to sign those pledges. We're going to be posting your name up in the foyer, so if you have not yet signed up for the No Texting campaign or the No Bullying campaign, it's not too late to turn those pledges in to me, or if you have those pledges turned in for your children. Also, I want to say that we do have a few more copies of the video Happy. A lot of people wanted that video. A lot of people in the village are in the video that we did, our version for the Neighborhood Watch and here in Sauk Village with Pharrell's song Happy. If you want to get that video, we do have a few more videos available. And I just want to piggyback off of what Trustee Burgess said about being at IML. It was incredible. It was informative. This was my second year there. I went to a lot of classes, met a lot of elected officials, and just hearing their stories in their village. I went to leadership classes as well as council ward classes and other committees that got together down there, just talking when the classes were over outside and just talking to other elected officials about problems and solutions to problems that they had. As you know, I am one that's really looking for a village manager. I was happy to be able to take the mayor to a company that gave us some insight on that, as well as some helpful insight with some free classes and workshops for the police and some other entities in the village. So it was very informative being at IML. I really enjoyed myself. I want to thank the residents for allowing me to go again, and I'm looking forward to going again next year. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Booth. Public Relations, Community Outreach, Partnership Committees, Trustee Williams.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Just have a couple things. I have some other comments that I'll wait for miscellaneous as far as IML and a couple of things that happened in the village. But as far as Public Relations Committee, we will be meeting on the 1st of October. We have not met in a while. But we will be meeting on the 1st of October in order to begin the Student Government Day process. So as I've stated before, if anybody has any topics that they think would be interesting that we can kind of shoot around for the essay, please don't hesitate to contact myself or the village clerk. We will be meeting on October 1st, that's a Wednesday at 7 p.m. here to discuss Student Government Day, pick our dates, finalize our topic for the essays, and kind of start the ball moving. I know it may seem a little early because Student Government Day is until March, but the process usually starts in October, so we're going to start working on that. As far as the Community Outreach Partnership Committee, we met today before the meeting to finalize our appreciation bags. I know at our last board meeting, I did kind of make a presentation and show what the bags look like and kind of what's inside of them. So they have been passed out to all of the departments. If you could please, there's a letter that goes along to them, the department head should have it. And we did pass them out as well to our engineer and our village attorney. And if you could just make sure that that's shared with your offices, with your departments, because as a committee, we are very thankful for everything that you guys do. And the entire committee did sign it. And as I stated, it's just a small token. It's nothing huge, but it's kind of, everybody in the department can kind of, know that we're thinking about them. We know that they're out there, they're working hard, and we appreciate that. We do have some other presentations tonight, and because of that, I know that there was, so 2 of the presentations are going to be on hold until October. It's 2 of our police department members. So October is going to be October 28th is going to be a pretty big presentation night for the police department. So we are going to hold off to giving the police department their bags until that night when we do everything else with the police department for that night. So that being said, Kevin Mullen. I have something here for Kevin. What we're doing, we talked with the mayor, we spoke with Kevin, and as a committee, we're really trying to kind of get back to how we were before. We used to be able to appreciate our employees and our volunteers at 5, 10, 15, 20-year intervals. As a person retired, they went out with their street sign, and some things kind of got lax in the past 5 years. So we are trying to get back on track. We are trying to maintain all of our appreciation levels, all of our notification boards. We're trying to get all those things back on track. And doing so, we started looking at the list to see who's been here for 25 years so we can appreciate them. And one of those individuals is Kevin Weller. So Kevin Weller, Sauk Village would like to thank the Public Works Director, Kevin Weller, for 28 years of service for this community. Kevin started as a summer worker in 1986 and was hired full-time as a field worker in 1987. Kevin was promoted to Assistant Public Works Director in 2000 and to Public Works Director in 2006 upon Mike Wall's retirement. Kevin has been extremely instrumental and hands-on during the water treatment project for the past several years. Kevin's goal is to continue to send taxpayers money wisely on water treatments and other municipal purchases, and for that, we thank you. So if you could come up here, we have a presentation for you. the 28th, so please come out.
All right, thank you, trustee. We've had no fire reports of departments, committees, and commissions. Fire chief, Sauk for fire department and 911 commission.
Mayor and Board, over the past 2 weeks, fire department responded to 27 calls. 1 assist to other agencies, 6 medical, 1 search for missing persons, CO alarms, 4 vehicle accidents, 6 fire alarms, 1 vehicle flare, 1 hot water heater on fire, 1 gas leak, 1 compound, and 2 structure fires. Fire department will be hosting an open house on Saturday, October the 11th, from noon till 3. The theme this year is when every second counts. Members will be going to school beginning the week of October the 5th. They will be discussing how fast fire can spread, the importance of distancing yourself from the fire as quickly and safely as possible. Weather permitting, there will be a demonstration at the fire station on October 11th. Prizes for the coloring contest will also be distributed. Also, trustee Rosie Jones and the Community Outreach Partnership Committee. As chief of the fire department and my personnel, we thank you for remembering us.
Thank you, chief. Move to the police department. Chief
Okay, I think I'm loud enough. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, I appreciate that. We're going to report very quickly tonight. We had, the last 2 weeks, a total of 688 calls for service, 105 of those traffic, 83 building checks, 82 ambulance assists, 54 burglar alarms, 25 domestic related calls, 36 juvenile problems, and 81 calls for other service. No, sorry, 8 calls of shots fired. And how far low that report, it includes my report, Mr. Mayor, but I would like to call up Sergeant Sauk at this time.
Move to Public Works Department, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just real quick, chipping is completed, so we ask residents to not put any more branches out, please. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Administrative Service Director, Mr. Zinsky.
I just want to remind the board about Friday, and Van Scott is having a ribbon cutting from 10 to 12. They would like all the board members and the mayor to be there. And also, they would like the fire chief and the police chief to attend. I assured them that you will be there. And that concludes my report. Oh, and they've started sealing the parking lot.
Looks good, too. All right, thank you. Move to Sauk Village Homeland Security Agency, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Last 2 weeks, I responded to 14 calls, 2 structure fires, 2 CO alarms, 3 vehicle fires, 4 fire alarms, 1 vehicle fire, 1 search for missing persons, and 1 fire.
Thank you, sir. Move to Human Relations Commission, Trustee Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to say on behalf of the Human Relations Commission, we are currently planning our next event in the month of November. We're going to do a pre-Thanksgiving Day diversity dance for the youth of Sauk Village. Therefore, we are asking for volunteers that want to come and help to chaperone that event at the Ed Hazel Center after we confirm the date with Trustee Hoskins and the Community Center. We're looking for volunteers to come in and help with that. This would be our first endeavor as the Human Relations Commission to sponsor our youth in the village. We want to really encourage them to come out and to participate. We're looking forward to having a great time. If you have any questions, you can see any of the commissioners that's in the building. I see Commissioner Frank Williams here. I think he's the only commissioner I see here from the Human Relations Commission about the dance and the date and all the information that's pending at this time. And that concludes our report.
Thank you, Trustee. Housing Commission, Commissioner Holcomb.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Board, in conjunction with thing that Sheriff Parks doing, I sent everybody an email on IEPA, like I'm not here, the things as the ditch and stuff. We need to get a group of people together to select the areas they would like anywhere from 5 to 25 copies that we wish to have done. Facilitate the cleanup. And as you all know, still the work Monday. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much. It's the October 1st meeting. Let's put the IDA on the agenda for discussion with the board. Well, the first meeting in October. Move to Senior Committee, Ms. Langston.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Sauk Village Senior Committee's monthly movie Gravity will be on Monday, October 6th at 12:30. And that will be following the blood pressure screening at the McConaughey Library. Light refreshment will be served. Brown bag lunch is optional. The monthly blood pressure screening in the Senior Center office will be on Monday, October 13th from 1 to 2. Honor System paperback book exchange program continues to be very popular. This Friday, September 26th, is our open senior social activity from 12 to 4 and continues every second and fourth Fridays. The advanced $5 tickets for our 11th annual Senior Citizen Spaghetti Dinner on Saturday, October 11th, are on sale from committee members and the Village Hall. Cost will be $6 at the door. Coming soon, on October 14th, will be our Silver Sneaker program at 10 p.m. It will be every Tuesday and Friday. I understand it's also on e-alert. Seniors 50 and plus are welcome to join the 3 seniors organization the Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday group. Leisure timers will be having beef sandwich meal tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Other events are BMW Cross Road Motorcycle Group on the 3rd Tuesday at 7 p.m. Every Wednesday from 8 to 11 a.m. is Ceramics Group. Every Sunday, 6 to 10 p.m. is Sauk Village Bluegrass. They provide bluegrass, country, and gospel music for your dancing or listening pleasure. This past Sunday's event, Nadine Morgan's family surprised her with an advanced 80th birthday celebration. I don't know how her husband, Floyd, was able to keep it a secret. Senior Information Fair sponsored by State Rep Anthony DeLuca at Rich Township Senior Center, 297 Liberty Drive in Park Forest on Monday, October 6th from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. I believe there are flyers posted. Boone Township is co-sponsoring with the Maximum Healthcare System Tuesday and Wednesday, October 21st and 22nd from 9 to 1 p.m. for flu shots by appointment. Their community lunch program, Football Kickoff, is on Thursday, October 23rd at Glenwood Golf Club. Entertainment is by All in a Band. Cost for the Boone Township Senior is $4, non-township $8. Ticket deadline will be on Friday, October 17th, or until they're sold out. Other programs include basic line dancing. The last session is October 2nd to the 30th, and it's $8. Wednesday and Friday chair exercise, free legal assistant, blood pressure screening, the Smart Driving course, health insurance assistance, especially with Medicare Part D. And they have the low-cost senior transportation, so you need to call the Township Department, 754-9400, extension 244 for additional information and services. Just a reminder, frauds and scams are targeting seniors. Recently, South Suburban Senior Services of Catholic Charities made a presentation on Medicare fraud at Jones Community Center. Also, the September 17th issue of Southland Voice had an article on the fraud scam. Personal data theft is growing. Guard your medical ID like your credit card. So be sure to review your Medicare summary notice, the MSN, for accuracy. Never, never agree for services from an unknown source or let any unknown person in your house. The Senior Medical Patrol, SMP, motto is protect, detect, and report. Protect yourself from Medicare errors, fraud, abuse. Detect, learn to detect potential error, fraud, and abuse. And report if you suspect that you have been targeted for errors, fraud, abuse, report it. You can call Age Option. Their toll-free number is 800-699-9043, or their local number is 708-383-0258. The next senior committee is next Thursday, October 9th at 5 p.m. Thank you. This ends my report.
Thank you. Move to item number 6, consent agenda. Any trustees have any issues or would like anything removed? Hearing none, I ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda as is. Bill Sharp, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
All right, motion carries. Move to item number 7, new business. Item number A, motion to approve the accounts payable and disbursements for August 27, 2014 through September 23rd, 2014. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion is there a second? A motion is second. Any questions or comments?
Question.
Trustee.
I didn't get a chance to, I was trying to catch you, Mohan. First page, immediate checks. I just wanted to know what they were for. These, one that says SSPRF, it was paid. What was that? Third one down, fourth one down. Third one down.
Is that for the special details and stuff, the special investigation, South Suburban Gate?
It's for the Christmas supply or surplus.
Okay.
Yearly for the same amount every year.
Okay. The next one, what was that for?
Go to your words.
Oh, okay. I mean, the next time, could we have them, so we can, I don't have to do this, we can have them taken out of whatever account, but we can at least analyze it, because when you look at this, you don't even know who's the awards are sponsored by. Beautification doesn't have a budget. Oh, it does have a budget? Okay, but then it should have been, the reason I'm just saying it should have been outlined, so this way, I'm gonna have to ask that question because Poopsies are, are budgeted for, but this doesn't, it looks like you're just paying a person instead of paying for the Poopsie. I understand what you're saying. And I have another question, on page, I guess it's page 1. Invoice number 67006, baseball mix. Is that something that we got reimbursed for and was paid for somebody else? I see other, and it says inbred expense. So is that a reimbursement or we paid it out?
I think we didn't pay for it.
Okay, because you have, the way it looks as if, because I know that they did pay for something, Enbridge did pay for something, but now but I don't understand why their name is up there. That was my reason. If they paid for it.
Because it was taken out of the funds that Enbridge paid the village to fix those ball fields. So remember, there was a 12.
Right, that's what I thought that, but this, but it should state that it just says Enbridge expense.
Right.
So the money is coming out of
And then the last one on page 7. That's coming out of that, this is invoice number 80114 for the reservoir pump station. Is that the money that's coming out of the loan? $825,340. Okay, that's what I was at.
Alan Mack, the other one's doing more.
Pardon me?
Alan Mack,
Right.
the other one's doing more.
Okay.
Solid low interest loan to the IQ.
Okay, I just want to try to differentiate the two because if it's coming out, it's not coming out, it's coming from the loan. Thank you.
All right, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, we have a motion and second. Clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number B, a motion to approve the collective bargaining agreement between the Village of Sauk Village and the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police Labor Council for telecommunicators, for the term of May 1st, 2011 through April 30th, 2015. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
A motion, we got a second?
Second.
A motion and second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village Clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving on to number 8, miscellaneous. Comments from the Mayor and Board of Trustees. Start with Trustee Williams.
I just have a couple comments. Number one, as pulling into the back parking lot tonight, I just want to say the patio looked great. The shelter, the gazebo, they all look great. And then also, again, I just want to say thank you, or congratulations to Roger, who's walking out, and to Kevin. Both of them were pretty instrumental in my development as a trustee 9.5 years ago, when I came on. So Roger was the mayor at the time, and Kevin shortly after I became a trustee, became the director of public works. So I've gone to both of them with many questions over the time that I've been a trustee. So I would just like to say thank you for your service. And again, I'm happy that we have a long-ish list of people that we need to get to kind of recognize and kind of appreciate for their massive amounts of service and time. And I'm glad that, we could start off today, get 2 done, and kind of continue on that list. That's my goal. And in general, I wanted to say thank you to all of our employees. I know that I started it, and I started saying kind of with the bags, and as a committee, for both of the committees that I chair, and as a trustee, we just really want to say thank you. I know that you guys don't hear it enough. I know that we don't say it enough. So I just really do hope that this is expressed to your departments, that it is a small token, that we are appreciative, and hopefully, in years to come, maybe, hopefully soon it'll be more. But I also want to say, on the IML note, that as always, it was a wealth of knowledge. I've already spoken with the mayor and the village clerk to be added to the agenda next week for one of the sessions, or one of the vendors that I spoke with. They're gonna, not next week, 2 weeks. They're gonna be coming in and doing a presentation on ways we can kind of bring more information to the residents, which I know is something that we're all looking to do. So they will be here in 2 weeks to be on the agenda. And my committees are working with state representatives, as well as somebody from the Mayor of Chicago's office. I did reach out to him after one of the sessions I was in to obtain some information on a little project that we're working on that we hope is going to be able to bring some information about some of the new conceal and carry laws, some of the new medical marijuana laws, that we make sure that as a village that we know what we can do and what we can't do, and so we can kind of better take care of our residents. So the Community Outreach Partnership Committee and myself, we are going to be looking to present some informational sessions before the end of the year. So we hope that you'll be out, and we'll definitely be notified of those. And just as a reminder again, if that company can be put on the agenda for next 2 Tuesdays. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Trustee Myers.
Just the items that was requested me to look into last week on the dog, I looked into it and I turned everything over to the code enforcement to follow upon. And I will, according to Sherry, is being done. That's all I have for you.
Thank you, Trustee Morgan.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to thank the residents. The IML conference was a wonderful time spent by every single one of the trustees here. They attended classes, and every one of the trustees were out there talking to other elected officials as well. So it was definitely money well spent. Just from my personal note, I want to thank everyone, and the conference was just very enlightening. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Costa.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to just say the same thing, that thank you for allowing me to go to the IML meeting. It was very educational for me, as only being a second-year person here. There's a lot for me to learn yet, and that particular conference has a lot of good information. I also wanted to, I forgot to mention this earlier, that on October 3rd, it's a Friday, October 3rd, 6 o'clock will be the next family game night. So that'll be there from 6 to 11 o'clock that night for anybody who wants to come out with their family and have games. And there will be light refreshments. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Trustee Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to say that we were able to confirm that diversity dance for the Human Relations Commission with Parks and Recs with Trustee Hoskins. It will be on a Friday night, November the 21st from 5 to 8. If you know any young people that would like to come to our very first diversity dance at the community center, we're going to be hosting it from the Human Relations Commission on Friday, November the 21st from 5 to 8 o'clock p.m. and we are looking for volunteers. Also, I want to remind everyone that we will be having our next neighborhood watch meeting on the second Monday of October at 6:30 at the fire station. And we are looking for block club captains. We need about maybe 20 more block club captains. It is our desire to begin filling in our grid that is village-wide so that we can have block club captains in every area of the village. So if you'd like to be a block club captain, I would encourage you and invite you to come to our next neighborhood watch meeting on October the 13th at 6:30 at the fire station. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Burgess.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to kind of set the record straight. We do appreciate the residents, but however, this trip was not funded by taxpayers' money. So that you know, I know a lot of FOIAs are going to come out, people are going to say where the money come from and everything. This was money that we years ago put aside from an agreement that we made with a corporation that came out, and there's something that I wanted to be put aside for this reason, for education and continued education of the board. And we did this years ago when that deal was made, so it would not come out of the taxpayers' dollars. Because right now, as we know, taxpayers don't have that kind of money for us to go out there. Now, hopefully that we can do something like this again. We can generate some more and set it aside for something like that. As you just heard, a lot of the trustees and the mayor did find this meeting and find this seminar very, very informative. But I just wanted to dispel everything. The money that paid for us to go down there did not one dime came out of the taxpayers' money. So if anyone feels they want to for you that it did not come out of the taxpayers, it came out of an agreement that we made, I think it was 5-6 years ago, and I asked at that time that that money be put aside for that reason. And also, I just want to reiterate about tomorrow. Tomorrow I will have a town hall meeting again, and it'll be at the Rickover Junior High from 7 to 8:30. So everyone that's been going to the town hall meetings, it'll be tomorrow from 7 to 8:30 at Rickover Junior High. And that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you, trustee. I did have a lengthy report. I'm trying to go through some of this stuff pretty quick. Advance all that I talked about. Friday is their opening day. I met with Joe and I always get these guys mixed up. Joe and Tony this afternoon before the board meeting. They were going to try to be here, but they worked very hard to make sure everything's up and running. If you look at the parking lots have started to get resurfaced. So potholes have been filled, and they're working on that, getting that all to speed. So they're doing a lot of work in the Sauk Plaza area. So I know that it's been a concern for some of the residents, but they're here. So the Shine in Sauk Village was this last Saturday, and got a letter here from the churches. It says, Dear Mayor Hanks, the churches of Sauk Village want to thank all of you for partnering with us this past Saturday, September 20th, 2014. The Village of Sauk Village worked together, and each one of the departments, the fire department, the police department, Department of Public Works, and ESSA services, and the Board of Trustees helped make our annual Shine Gospel Fest happen and have been a real blessing along with showing true community in action. A special thanks to the fire department for going above and beyond the call of duty before and after Shine took place. We are blessed to have had you come along our side, beside us. This past year has been a real challenge for Pastor Bill Hall and many of the pastors and area churches, but God gave the strength to carry on. God bless all of you for your hard work and thoughtfulness. We appreciate each one of you for what you do to promote unity in Sauk Village. Yours in Christ, and with prayers, the pastors and churches of Sauk Village. Village Clerk. Last Tuesday night, and I just want to say it again, is we received a letter from, last Tuesday we received a letter from a village resident. I read that during the village board meeting. That was from one of our workers, Eric Cook. So appreciate all the work that Eric does, and just want to make sure it says something during a regular board meeting. And that letter should have went to his file. And I'd like to thank the resident who presented the letter. So thank you very much. The National Prescription Drug Take Back Day. This information on where you can take your drugs is posted in the back. But kind of give you an idea, the United States Drug Enforcement Administration, which is the DEA, is sponsoring the National Prescription Drug Take Back Day on September 27, 2014, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I'm not going to read all this, but it's also on the web, and you also have all the locations you can take it to back there when you come in the door, so those are all posted. So let's make sure the residents know about that. Received information from Senator Harris's office about the public sector natural gas boiler tune-up program. So if you have a natural gas boiler in your home, I don't know if we have too many out here, I think most of them are in businesses. There is a program through Cook County for that. I just want to remind everyone, State Representative L.G. Stems is going to be here at the Village Hall this Saturday, September 27th, and that is from 10 o'clock till noon. So if you want to come out and see your senator, he wants to hear from you. So you're your State Representative, thank you very much, State Representative L.G. Stems. But starting to rub off on me. But he wants to hear from you, and we've got him here from 10 o'clock till noon. So State Representative L.G. Stems. And we were trying to get, Senator Trotter to come also. So we haven't got word back from the senator's office if Senator Trotter is going to be here, but we continue to try to get information to see if he's going to be here also. A little bit about the dog update. Thank you, Trustee Myers. Kind of give the residents a little bit of information. Last Tuesday night, residents came about not receiving their mail. Two trustees stepped up to the plate, Trustee Poskin and Trustee Myers. Trustee Hoskin worked from the post office side, went and met with the post office. He was able to get a special investigator who is taking the case. They're going to be coming out. You may see someone from the post office coming through your area, driving up and down the streets. While Trustee Myers at the same time worked with the police department and worked with Cook County, identifying the dogs, the areas, working with some of the residents, talking to them. You might saw Trustee Myers out there, going out there and talking to some of the residents. And we will be working through our police department and most likely through Cook County Animal Control to get them to come out and see what we have to do to get those dogs removed. So I know the police department has an investigation. We made sure that the post office was supposed to go in there and make sure they filed all the proper reports. And I don't know where they're at on that, but you know, the goal is to make sure that the mail is delivered to your house. So I don't know if there's anyone living here. There was almost 2 streets that are affected, but we want to get mail service up and running again as soon as possible. So just so you know, there has been a lot of work in reaching out to the proper channels. So I'd like to thank Myers Trustee Austin for again going above and beyond in reaching out to all the work that you've done. So we already talked about Sauk Plaza. There's a lot of work underway. And again, I thank the residents, and thank the trustee for letting the residents know it's not coming out of taxpayers' money. But again, you know, we work for you, and the laws are changing constantly, both on the state level and on the federal level. And these type of educational type of seminars that we go to and classes, what it does is, number one, it refreshes us, especially some of us that's been out there for the board for a long time. Some of these new trustees, they're getting information that's new to them, and they're learning, which is very important. And we're also getting updates on the newest laws in our community, our newest laws coming down, and how it affects our community. That's what helps make the village run smoothly and make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Again, and when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, it helps keep litigation costs down. So, you know, we're still human, and we're not perfect, but these classes help us. And I know we all attended some of the classes we attended together. Some of the classes, you know, we went to what affected us. And I think the council, the clerk, and the mayor's roundtables, we all went to our own classes. That's where you learn the most. You're sitting in a room in a great big circle, and as I went to the mayor's roundtable, I've got a room full of mayors. And we're talking about what's happening in our communities. And like the trustee said earlier, we're not the only communities having problems. But we get to hear what other communities are doing to try to resolve those issues, or what they have done that did not work, or what has worked. So those are you know, priceless when it comes to hearing other communities, you know, especially from a mayor's point of view, what they're seeing, what they're facing. And it kind of makes you, I don't know if you want to say feel better, but at least you know you're not the only one out there that's facing some of these issues that we're having. And we've also got the IML, who is taking notes, and they're seeing what they can do to send information out to the mayors on some of these topics that we covered. So we'll be looking to see what's going on there. And then again, some of the other classes that they had, we can go through class after class. We're not going to bore you, and I'm going to get out here shortly. But the other thing that's important, you're going to find out over the next few months, you're going to see vendors coming here. The vendors that the trustees met will bring potential programs to Sauk Village, will bring potential cost savings to Sauk Village. For them to get down there and meet with these vendors, for these vendors to come before the board, are we going to take everyone? Is everyone going to work? No, probably not. But at least it allows them to come before the board, lets the residents hear some things that the village trustees heard. And again, I've encouraged the trustees to go out there and meet these vendors and bring them back. I could go out there and reach everyone, and I could schedule them on the agenda. But you know, when the trustees are involved, it makes it a little bit better. So I'm looking forward to some of these vendors coming back and giving presentations. So with that said, I'd ask for, you know, there's one other thing I was supposed to do. What's that? Oh, Mr. Mohan, do you have a report you need to give? I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mayor, and the Board of Trustees. Wait for these
You do deserve applause. Thank you very much. It's been a tough year. So, and just so the residents realize, Mr. Mohan has spent numerous hours getting our audits up to date. We figured we had to go way back to 2009 to get our audits up to date, and there's a lot of work. And Mr. Mohan wasn't even here in 2009. So he was working long hours, working with the auditors, coming in early in the morning, taking his weekends, just so we could be up to date. So I appreciate everything that you've done, and thank you very much. So, with that said, I think I've got everything. I'd ask for a motion to adjourn. Motion second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
If you want to be a pod club captain, step down and see me.